Good afternoon and welcome to the Eagles Nest. It's an extremely exciting game today, and it's actually a bit of a historic game today with my partner Greg, who I'm about to introduce. It's Eagle Tottenville for the first time in football on this field. So again, good afternoon. Welcome to the Eagles Nest. This game is brought to you by Eagle Academy. I'm here. I am not alone. I'm here with this voice of Sage Media, Greg Polius. What's going on, man?
What's going on, Dre? Glad to be here. This is a momentous occasion.
No, it really is. You know, you have a Tottenville team undefeated, humongous test for them here going up against this Eagle Academy team. As you see, Eagle Academy coming out onto the field now. So you have 5-0 Tottenville against 4-1 Eagle Academy. And, of course, this game is, one of our sponsors for this game is Boxed and Bound. Brooklyn, the Nest is packed tonight. Eagle Academy 4-1 hosting undefeated Tottenville at 5-0. The top team in the PSAL 4A and one of the best in the state. The lights are bright, the energy's crazy, and it's the last week of October. That means it's crunch time for the end of the month. That means it's crunch time for end of the month moves and marketplace deliveries. DM Boxed and Bound NYC and use the code NYC Football right now to get $15 off of your delivery before the month ends. Box and Bound, NYC's white glove movers with real hustle.
Check you out, expert ad reader.
I'm trying to, I can be even better if we get some more ads. So, if you want to sponsor a Sage Media live stream, definitely let us know. And, of course, this live stream is also brought to you by Staten Island Chiropractic and Sports Rehab.
So, Dre, let me ask you.
Listen, I got to pay the bills, man. I got to pay the bills, Greg.
We got commercials now.
Staten Island Chiropractic and Sports Rehab, the leaders in sports medicine right here in Oakwood. Our team keeps athletes healthy, strong, and game ready with expert chiropractic care, sports rehab, and recovery. From high school athletes to weekend warriors, we deliver world-class care with one goal in mind: getting you back to what you love the most. Staten Island Chiropractic and Sports Rehab is the name families turn to the most when it matters the most. Learn more and book your appointment at the website you see on our screen or contact the phone number. Now, Mr. Polius.
So, let me ask you, what is your assessment going into this game?
My assessment going into this game is that this is going to be a shootout. Sometimes when you come into games with two high-powered offenses, sometimes they play a little more conservative. But this game is such an interesting matchup, right? Because what Eagle struggles with the most is stopping the run. And guess who comes to town? Mr. Tyshawn Bent and Mr. Corey Brown. So when you have two of the best players, let's not even say running backs, two of the best players in the entire league coming to, your field, it's going to be tough for you to contain them. So I almost rely, if I'm Eagle Academy, I would rely more on the offense just being able to score. Tottenville has been a team that's given up a lot of points. So let's see if Eagle Academy can capitalize.
We do know Eagle has a high-powered offense. They've put up 50 points, I believe, at least 4 times, which is, something that I don't think anybody saw coming into the season except maybe the coaches on the staff and some of the players. And to your point, I'm just going to give you a little bit of a counter where you said Eagle struggles to stop the run. I don't disagree with you, but I do think their secondary really needs to lock in here in this game because I think that Tottenville not only can run the ball, but they can also pass, so it's kind of a dual threat thing they have to defend against.
And you make a great point. When you look at the captains there, number 0, Nick Acosta, number 3, Corey Brown, number 1, Tyshawn Bent. What if I told you the player of the year is number 4, Justin McGuire right now? He has been absolutely on fire all year long. He lit up Lincoln last week, and that is why Tottenville are truly title contenders. It's because of the balance they have in their offense. If it's not the run, they can hurt you on the pass. So it's going to be really exciting to see what Tottenville bring tonight.
I don't know if PSAL does league MVP honors, but he would definitely be in the front running as a contender based on how he's played, especially against big-time competition.
Listen, there's about 800 social media outlets now covering the PSAL, so somebody's giving out a player of the year, and I know people listen to my opinion. Justin McGuire is the player of the year so far, but listen, there's a lot of ball games to be played. Tomorrow is Curtis E. Hall. I bet a few players on that side of town have something to say, and maybe one of these Eagle quarterbacks have something to say, honestly, because Martin Koppelman and Aaron Smith have really been great this season.
And you know the phrase, if you have two quarterbacks, you have none. Usually it rings true. Not in this case. Both quarterbacks have played well throughout the season.
But what's going to be so interesting here for Eagle Academy is now things are going to get tight. You know, it's easy to, have two quarterbacks playing when you're scoring 50 points a game and the score is 50-28 or whatever. You're going to be in an absolute bloody knuckle fight here. So when it gets tight, who are they going to go to? That's something to watch.
You know what my thing to watch is? We know the Eagle defensive line can be super aggressive and get upfield real quick. Is Tottenville going to use that to their advantage?
Let me tell you something. Justin McGuire was able to do that last week. What if I told you Justin McGuire had more rushing yards than Corey Brown last week? Would you believe me?
I would until I went and look at the stats.
So we're getting ready for kickoff here. Tottenville kicking off to Eagle Academy. Shout out to Imprinted Eagle Academy, and shout out to House of Wings for sponsoring Eagle Academy's uniforms. We'll probably try to get a close-up of Eagle Academy's uniforms at some point today. Brand new, debuting it today. Absolute gorgeous uniforms. So shout out to Imprinted, man.
Fire. Love the whole, I saw their little promo video,
Shout out to LJ, man. Shout out to Shop by LJ, too.
What's your favorite part of the uni? Let's see if we're on the same page before we kick off.
I guess I won't spoil your favorite part because you told me earlier. I really like the patch. It's a high-quality patch for the House of Wings.
It is a high-quality patch.
But honestly, I really like the numbers on the back of the jersey. I think that's my favorite.
Also, you're really different. Most people don't call out the sponsorship patch.
But the quality of the sponsorship patch?
Yeah, but it is a good one. It's not just ironed on.
Exactly.
So shout out to my guy, Alisari. You're not wrong. But for me, it's the pants. The pants have a lot of character. Here we go.
All right, so we're getting ready for kickoff. 5-0 Tottenville for their first time going up against Eagle Academy on this field against 4-1 Eagle. Let's go. Ball's on the ground. That is a live ball, and it's going to be Tottenville who are going to take it.
Once I saw them get closer together, I expected the trickery. But Eagle just has to catch the ball.
Doesn't this look like deja vu? This is exactly how the game started last week, Tottenville versus Lincoln, and they do it again against Eagle Academy.
And to be honest, it wasn't that great of an onside. You just got to hold on to the ball.
It's pressure in these kind of games. It's a different matchup when you're playing against one of the four pillars of the PSAL, and Tottenville is looking to be at the top of the mountain this year. And here we go, 1st and 10, already in Eagle territory at about the 39-yard line. Justin McGuire hands it off. That's the outside zone to Tyshawn Bent. A whole lot of room, and he's used to this. Tyshawn Bent ripping off 15 yards.
And it goes back to what you said about Eagle having to stop the run. First down, you want to try to establish, some toughness in there. You don't want to allow the running back to just get to the outside like that.
Listen, Every team in the league has been trying to figure out how to stop this outside zone. Lincoln last week actually did a good job, but Lincoln has one of the best front sevens in the PSAL. Eagles front seven, their greatest attribute is defending the pass and their pass rush, but they got to figure out a way to stop Tyshawn Bent as they give it right back to him. Tyshawn makes a man miss. That's a better job there from Eagle Academy.
Hey, Sincere Hester doing a good job stringing it out in the backfield.
Listen, Sincere, Hester, Chase, Hyacinth, this is a big game for them. You know, they have aspirations of being Division I players. Well, guess what? Tyshawn Bent is a Stony Brook commit, so you got to show that you're at this level today.
Absolutely, and you know when you come in and you're playing against Division I commits, it's a chance for you to show out. So that's what this Eagle defense has to do. So
it's about a 2nd and 8, let's call it. Outside zone again to Tyshawn Bent. Good job again from Eagle Academy corralling it there.
It looks like Kayvon right there, Kavion Robinson on the stop.
So we have a 3rd down. Kavion, one of the brightest sophomores across the city. He's been doing he did a great job as a freshman last year. He's been having a great sophomore campaign. Again, if you want to be a Division I guy, you're up against Corey Brown and Tyshawn Bent here. So let's call it a 3rd and 4 for the Pirates. Fakes it. And he's going to leak it right out to number 16. It's going to be close.
It looks like if he's not right at the line, it's maybe a yard shy. If you're Tottenville, do you go for this?
This is Vincent Geller. Absolutely. I'm not even thinking about it. So they are going to be short. Looks like Vincent must have went out of bounds pretty early. It's kind of a bad spot. So 4th and let's call it 2. The first down is the 10-yard line. What a stand it would be for Eagle Academy here. But again, Tottenville has been one of the best converting 3rd and 4th downs all season long, so it's going to be tough to stop them here. Let's see what they got.
I'd watch the play action. Oh, false start. Yeah, it's going to delay a game.
And it's a delay a game on the Pirates. Interesting. Did you see the referee kind of doing the hand signal? I didn't see him. No, it was a delay of game. So that's going to make it, let's call it a 4th and 8. And again, if Eagle Academy did their homework, there's only 2 numbers you're looking at right now. Number 4, Justin McGuire, and number 2, Nick Constantino.
Nick Constantino, top 5 receiver in the league, would you say?
Top 5. He's 2, and he probably ain't 2. So 4th down here. McGuire rolls out to the right, looking, still trying to make something happen. Still on his feet, and he goes down. Eagle Academy with a huge stop. Kavion Robinson and Sincere Hester.
After the Eagle defense giving up the ball, coming up huge. After the Eagle special teams gave up the rock, the defense coming up big on a 4th down stop for a turnover and downs. Eagle offense going to take over at what looks like the 24-yard line.
So let's go to the replay. You know, it was a great job containing from Eagle Academy there. And, you know, Justin McGuire, you know, he has a lot of confidence in himself to make something happen, but this Eagle Academy pursuit just gets to him. That's Chase. That's actually Chase and Mr. Kavion Robinson getting in on the sack there. So now it's Eagle Academy's first time with the ball, and starting with them is going to be Martin Koppelman.
Koppelman, a junior, in an empty backfield.
Martin looks to throw. Quick throw out to the outside. That's a good job from Tyler Grayson taking it close to a first down.
You know, I love those plays because they're very similar to running plays where short throws get your quarterback in rhythm, allow the offense to move the chains.
So it's going to be a new set of downs for Eagle Academy here. So one thing to note, Tyshawn Bent is playing cornerback here, and they try to run a reverse, and absolutely nothing on that reverse. That was number 21, Glenn Shepard, with a big negative play.
Gotta say, I feel like there was a missed assignment there somewhere. So somebody missed something.
Yeah, so something to note here. Number 1, Tyshawn Bent, and number 3, Corey Brown. Make sure you guys look for those numbers on your screen. Both playing defense today. So it looks like the Pirates are a little thin on defense.
On offense, somebody to watch. Well, obviously there's a couple people to watch on offense, and one of those in the backfield is Zaire Schulters. But wide receiver, number 1 on the outside here is Juvens Lindor.
Hands it off to Zaza, and that's a great job in the middle of that defensive line. That looks like number 11, Elijah Jones, and this is his first time back from injury. It's a player that Coach Neville was really excited about to transfer over to Tottenville, but he's been hurt, and he makes an early impact.
Big third down right here, 3rd and long. Let's see what Compliment has for the offense.
After the big stop from the defense, they send Juju in motion. You know, the defensive stop is great, but you got to capitalize on it, keep and sustain a drive here. So the first down is about the 46-yard line. Compliment with pressure in his face, throws the screen, and it's caught. That Zaza has a lot of room up the right sideline. It's going to be enough for the first down. Just like you said, Mr. Zaza.
Just get the ball in his hands. He's one of the best playmakers in the city. You get the ball in his hands, chains will move, things will happen.
So it's going to be a new set of downs for Eagle Academy as they are able to flip the field as they're now in Pirates territory.
The other thing about that,
they gave him a bad spot. Woo!
That is a bad spot. He wasn't even out there.
That's a 10-yard difference.
Wow. He didn't step out. Jeez.
So they will have the ball at the 49-yard line instead of the 39-yard line. Compliment. Hands it right off to Zaza, taking his sweet time there. That's a good job there. running back on running back crime as Tyshawn takes down Zaire Schulters.
What I was going to say about that 3rd and long conversion is if any of you out there watch the Jets week in and week out, you know some of the most demoralizing things to watch is your defense giving up a 3rd and long.
Why you got to bring the Jets into this, man?
As a Jet fan, it's just easier for people to understand where I'm coming from.
So it's about let's call it a 2nd and 5, 2nd and 6. Compliment looking down the middle of the field, looking deep. He has a man, but it's too much. That was intended for number 12, C.J. McCracken. Good coverage there by Corey Brown.
Just outside the outstretched arms of C.J. McCracken.
You know what's hilarious, though? Corey Brown was in a very bad position. He's just that fast, and he made that comeback speed is that good. Ba in the chat is upset you brought up the Jets. Big 3rd down here for Eagle Academy. Sends CJ in motion. Looks left. Throws left. That's the Juju. It's caught. That's going to be enough for a first down, Mr. Lindor.
And what is that again? Another 3rd down conversion. If Eagle can move the chains like this on 3rd down, we're in for a treat.
And if you want to be considered a heavyweight, to call this a heavyweight matchup, 3rd down conversion rate is going to be so important. And that's something that Tottenville does the best, and Eagle Academy's defense definitely stepped up before, and now Eagle Academy are moving the ball here, getting deeper into Pirates territory on the 24-yard line. That's the 34-yard line.
A lot of speed here on his right side for Eagle Academy with Josiah Brown in the slot, Juvens Lindor on the outside, and C.J. McCracken on the inside.
Compliment. He's going to look that direction. He's going to throw to Mr. Carrot. And does he draw a foul? Yes, he does. Such an important play. It's so interesting that happens here because Nick Constantino was in this exact position last week. All Josiah Brown did was that ball was underthrown, but because he came back for it, he drew the penalty.
And the defender didn't get his head turned around.
No, exactly. Because that's an awkward position for the defender because the defender is assuming that the ball is going to be well thrown, so he's chasing after it. So that's a crafty job there from Josiah as he's coming back for the ball, he comes through the defender to draw the flag.
Just to go back to the Jets for a second in the chat.
Oh my! Listen, this is Greg Polius doing this. I'm trying to leave the poor Jets alone.
They said we need a QB. They're not wrong. Have you watched what's happening on Sundays?
Listen, I knew they needed a QB the day they signed Justin Fields. That's all I'm gonna say about that. I said Justin Fields. Have y'all not watched the tape? Anyway, we're gonna have a segment where we just talk about how bad talent ID is in the NFL. Anyway, so it's a 1st and 10 in the red zone now for the first time. Got to convert here if you're Eagle Academy. Hands it off to Zaire Schulters. And that's a great job by that interior front seven for Tottenville as Eli Jones is again in on a tackle along with Nick Acosta.
I have a question. Is DPI not a spot foul?
Correct. It's only 15 yards in high school.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I think in college it's 15 yards as well, right? I think yes, in college it's only the NFL where you're allowed to have a 60-yard penalty. But, I digress.
See how I lobbed that up for you? There you go.
I digress. Because they love having because of course on Sunday we want to watch the offense walk up the field all day. Anyway, 2nd and 11 for Eagle Academy, first time under center for Martin Koppelman.
Shout out my guy Jaden Villalona in the chat, Eagle alum. It looks like
there is a flag, which so it's a false start on Eagle Academy, going to make this a 2nd and 16.
Offense was lined up. It looked like the coach from the sideline was changing the play and it kind of caused some confusion right there.
Yes. My guy Tone in the chat saying it's not the NFL, it's just the Jets talent ID. No, I think NFL people are terrible at looking at quarterbacks. But that's just me. All right, so 2nd and 16, still under center, going to hand it off. Almost fumbled the ball there, and yes, he does fumble it, but he is able to fall back on it. That's Nick Acosta meeting Zaire Schulters in the backfield.
So I don't know if you agree with this, but I feel like when Eagle goes no huddle, their offense flows better.
No, I agree. I agree with you there, and they're heading in the wrong direction as we have. Let's just call it a 3rd and long. First down is the 9-yard line.
On that play, I would have loved. I'm a big proponent of play action, especially when the run is working. I think put it in Schultz's chest, pull it out. You would have had somebody open on the outside.
So let's see. Looks like we have they're manning up on the top side of the screen, and he's not going to be able to get there as this front seven. That's Eli Jones again, and Mr. Shepard in on it too. Eli Jones has had his fingerprints all over this game so far. Coach Neville is so happy to have him back.
And what we didn't expect to see is defensive trading shots on these first drives here in the first quarter.
Aaron's here to punt. It's a pretty good punt. Pirates do not field it. It doesn't cost them any yards as Tottenville, after not being able to convert, their defense steps up. So 2 high-powered offenses. I promise you a shootout, and, of course, 2 stops to start the game. I mean, that's just how it works, right?
Why wouldn't it work any other way? And now Tottenville has to go the length of the field. If you're the Eagle defense, do you pin your ears back here on this, these first couple downs and just try to give it a shot and get in the backfield?
Listen, if you're the Eagle defense, it's really coach versus coach here. This Tottenville team is very well balanced. You can't just say, okay, let's pin our ears back because they're going to hurt you. You can't say, oh, let's back up because they're going to hurt you. You just got to play straight-up defense, and it's a real coordinator battle here in these kind of matchups. So here we go, 1st and 10. Mr. McGuire back, hands it off to Tyshawn Bent. Has a huge hole, breaks a tackle, and let me tell you something. I don't think anyone's going to have the foot speed. And he's just going to walk out of bounds. Mr. Tyshawn Bent rips off a huge run. Let's call that a gain of 45.
Tyshawn Bent with his fingerprints all over this game early on.
Let me tell you something. That offensive line, listen, you could have drove a truck through that hole. I'm not sure. I think he was 12 yards down the field before he even had to cut. I'm trying to watch a little replay back on.
12 yards might be
that's number 54. I mean, he just had a cavalry in front of him, honestly. The right side of that line, number 63, and young 77, James McGurk, did a great job on that. And here we go again. This time it's Corey Brown, and that was a great job by Chase Hyacinth getting the hand on him.
And you see, you almost escaped that, too. Arm tackles won't work against these running backs. Good thing he got some help in there making that tackle. I think that was number 52, Matthew Taylor, in on the tackle.
Absolutely, as Tottenville is immediately able to flip the field. Like I said, this game has Mr. Tyshawn Bent written all over it so far, and Mr. Eli Jones on defense. Right now it's Corey Brown in the game. And they're just going to hand it off right to Corey Brown. And again, that's Sincere Hester. So Chase Hyacinth and Sincere Hester doing a great job early on in this ball game.
What I say about these ends, they have the speed. And they're doing a good job right now kind of keeping this running game in check outside of that first run on the first drive and that first run on this play on this drive.
So, especially against a Tottenville team, they pull so many players. The backside players, a lot of times they're going to be the ones to make the play. So, again, Tottenville, one of the best on third down in the league, looks left, pumps it, throws it deep. That's Mr. Constantino waiting for the signal. Touchdown, Pirates!
And that was on number 21, Carell Scriven. I don't know if you saw the double move on the outside. Yeah, he ran a little out and up. And on McGuire's pump fake, Scriven froze, and he was able just to give McGuire just enough time to lob that in over the head of Scriven to Constantino for the touchdown.
Like I said, this team is one of the best. This is the best team in the league when it comes to third down conversion rate, and you see why. You just have so many things to account for. As we are, I'm not sure exactly what we're waiting for.
If Constantino ever has single coverage on the field, they're going to go to him.
Listen, if it is third down, what did I say? If it's third down, you better find where number 2 is. Yeah, and even if you find them, it might not matter. As they are going to try to run a sneak here. Do they have enough? No,
no good.
No good. So our score will remain 6-0 Tottenville. And let's go back to the replay. Yeah, again, you just have Nick Constantino completely isolated, and Justin McGuire doesn't look anywhere else. That ball could have been over his left shoulder, but he had enough separation, enough focus to haul that in. Mr. Nick Constantino again.
I tell you, it was a little shoulder fake. I don't know if you saw McGuire did a little shoulder fake, just enough to freeze the defender and pay dirt.
Yeah, no, exactly. Again, you want that ball to be over his outside shoulder because Scriven actually did have a chance to get back into it, but Constantino just had just enough space to make that catch. So, again, Corey Brown, you have to worry about him. You have to worry about Tyshawn Bent. You have to worry about Justin McGuire. He was running QB power last week. But, of course, even if you're able to bottle those guys up, there's still Mr. Constantino making his case as being number 1 wide receiver in this league.
Just a reminder, the time on the clock is the unofficial time. Right now it looks like there's just under 20 seconds here in the first quarter, right before Tottenville kicks off.
So everybody hold your breath, especially if you're an Eagle Academy supporter on this onside kick. And it does go out of bounds. So they're going to take the ball from about the 40-yard line. So now it's a big moment here for Eagle Academy. It's a heavyweight fight. You took a jab. How do you react?
Yep, that's the key. How do you respond?
And in a ball game like this, let me tell you something. You better score on this drive right here because you don't want your defense on the field down a score against Tottenville.
Or multiple scores for that matter.
Oh, no. It can be multiple scores real quickly, So, again, Nick Constantino just scored a 40-yard touchdown. He's already back on the field playing defense.
It looks like single coverage.
Let's see if they isolate him. Koppelman looks down to the right side, throws it up to Juju. Is too high, incomplete. That's Kyle Charles with the great coverage.
Double coverage right there. I don't know if that's the look you want on first down.
So it's going to be second down. Kyle Charles again. I mean, we're talking about a lot of the best positional players in this game. Kyle Charles is one of the best D-backs in this whole league. Only a junior Kyle Charles. So 2nd and 10 for Eagle Academy, sending Zaza to the top to make it trips. They're going to hand it off to Tyler Grayson, and the first person there was Nick Acosta after a game of about 3.
Running game not quite doing it just yet for Eagle Academy, but with both of these backs, they're liable to break one on any carry.
And that is the end of the first quarter. Our score is 6-0. Pirates.
We are on track for a shootout, huh?
Listen, it could get spooky real quick,
especially
with these two teams. And, of course, this game is brought to you by Boxed and Bound. End of the first quarter, both teams trading punches, and NYC is still moving. Marketplace is booming. This weekend, couches, TVs, bed frames. If you find it, we'll move it. No stress. It's the final week of the month, and slots are going fast. DM Boxed and Bound NYC. Use the code NYC Football right now to lock in $15 off before we book up. Boxed and Bound. Find it, we'll move it. Greg, what are your thoughts on that first half, man? Excuse me, that first quarter.
You know, it was a lot of defense. I think outside of the one scoring play, it's not what I expected. Honestly, I'm kind of excited.
I mean, only 3 possessions in that first quarter. Call it 2.5, honestly.
It's unexpected, but I like what I'm seeing.
So it's a 3rd and 7 here for Eagle Academy. Again, so important to stay on the field. Martin pumps it. Going to throw it, had pressure in his face, and that ball is almost intercepted, but there is a flag on the field. I am not sure what that flag could have been.
It's
a holding.
Yeah. I saw it was on the right side of the line. You got to replay 3rd down.
So do you replay it, or do you just take the result of the play if you're Tottenville?
Yeah, you take the result of the play. It's 4th down.
Okay. Honestly, I thought he was going to call a roughing the passer, and I was going to lose my mind, to be honest with you. So I was holding my breath. I was like, there's no way that was a roughing the passer, right? Because
Constantino back deep.
Constantino and Mr. Tyshawn Bent. Something's telling me you don't want to kick it to either of them, but they do.
It's a good kick.
Yeah, Nick, you got to go field that. And that's a great job on the tackle.
Who else but Shiloh Burris?
Mr. Shiloh Burgess.
My bad.
Shiloh, again, one of the best players in his position in the whole league. Such a secure tackler. And, again, against a player like Nick Constantino, you need to make sure you're secure on your tackles.
I think Nick, though, he was going to have some greenery in front of him.
I don't know if you were here. Were you here when I was yelling at the kids for not fielding the punts?
Yes.
Again. So I'm going to say it again. You deserve that, Nick, because you didn't just field the punt originally. Just go catch the ball. You're back there for a reason. It drives me crazy. Like, go catch the ball.
Your field the punt is my version of the possession arrow.
Yeah, it really is. Well, we're going to get back to that because I have more to say. So 1st and 10 for Justin McGuire. He's going to hand it off to Mr. Tyshawn Bent. A good job there by the interior of Eagles defense.
Eagle front 4 playing really well so far in his first half.
I'm going to credit that to Daryl Gatewood, number 56, 2nd down. Let's call it 2nd and 8 for the Pirates.
Shout out to JB. I could always tell the members by their emojis.
By the emojis and that little star next to them. It's so much easier to see the members. So always valuable to be a member in the chat. I'll share the link at halftime. Justin McGuire looking to throw, looks left, throws left. That's his Isaiah Anariba. And he does a good job bringing it down close to the first down.
It almost looked like nobody expected him to catch a pass. He was just left wide open. It's like the big 99 tight end from Utah. He's a defensive lineman, and put him at tight end.
Yeah, Isaiah's a really sure-handed player. I actually would like to see Tottenville get him more involved into the offense. You have Nick, you have Gavin Ledwith on the outsides of the offense. Obviously, you have the running backs. But a good tight end it's almost like a lost art in high school, I feel like, especially in the PSAL. I want to see tight ends used more. So this is going to be a 3rd and short here. This is Tyshawn Bent territory. They're going to hand it off right to him, and he has enough, just enough for the first down.
That's Nate Ellis on the takedown.
But again, move the ball, move the chains. So it's going to be a first down from the 31-yard line. So in last week's game, Tottenville scored 3 in the first half, and they ended up with 40-something. Was it? Yeah, 40-something. So we could still on pace for a high-scoring game. So let's see how it progresses here. McGuire tosses out to Mr. Corey Brown. And again, good job from the Eagle defense. I thought he had a lane, but they stand tall.
Still good on first down. That's not bad, though. If you could get 5-6 yards out of your running back on first down, setting up second and short, you'll take that every time.
Yeah, you'll take that all the time. Mr. Corey Brown, one of the most electric players in the PSAL. Does he really need an introduction at this point? He's been killing it since he was a freshman. It's crazy to think Corey Brown's a junior now.
Keep an eye on Constantino in the slot. They have Nate Ellis on him.
Has Shiloh over him, though. So it's a second down. Going to pump it. Mr. McGuire is going to keep it himself, and he's going to go down. That's a good job by Sincere Hester and KV. Going to make it a 3rd and short, and that's something that we all saw develop last week with Mr. Justin McGuire. His decision-making and his newfound ability to run has really been a weapon for Tottenville.
Not newfound.
It is newfound. If you saw the interview, I say, yo, where did you get that from, my boy? Like, this way you became Baker Mayfield. Like, you can run now? Justin McGuire's 4-year starter. He's going to hand it off to Corey Brown, old-fashioned hard running.
Oh, there's a flag. Let's see what the flag is. It's in the offensive backfield. It's going to be a holding, and it's going to – now, if you're Eagle, do you have them replay the down on 3rd and long?
Yeah, I think they got the first down, actually. I think Corey got it. So you're definitely going to take the holding.
I thought he was at the line.
Yeah, I think regardless, I would take it. I wouldn't even want to have Tottenville 4th and short. I'd rather have them at a 3rd and long.
Agreed. Shout out to 230-plus members in the live chat.
Viewers. I would love to have 230 members in the live chat.
You're right. I'm sorry. Live viewers. Thank you for the correction.
So it's a 3rd and 11. Again, where is number 2? He's isolated on the top of your screen.
Looks like it's going to be a false start.
And it is a false start. So they're good at converting the 3rd downs, but 3rd and 17 might be a little tough.
Both teams kind of shooting themselves in the foot here in the first half, hence, the low scoring.
So it's a 3rd and long. If you're Eagle Academy, you got to watch out for the screen here, especially with Corey Brown in the backfield. And it looks like there is going to be a timeout. Eagle Academy.
I think that's a good timeout right there. It looked like personnel wasn't exactly set for Eagle, since they had to run it off late. And then you saw they still once again had Constantino in the slot and Nate Ellis on him, but Burgess wasn't over the top of him.
Absolutely. And again, this live stream is supported by Staten Island Chiropractic and Sports Rehab, the leaders in sports medicine right here in Oakwood. Our team keeps athletes healthy, strong, and game ready with expert chiropractic care, sports rehab, and recovery. From high school athletes to weekend warriors, we deliver world-class care with one goal in mind, getting you back to what you love the most. Staten Island Chiropractic and Sports Rehab is the name families turn to when it matters the most. Learn more and book an appointment at the website. Make sure you follow their Instagram and make sure you contact the phone number you see on the screen. So 3rd and 17, what are you worried about the most, Greg?
Don't get beat over the top. You get beat over the top, it gives them more momentum, it keeps their drive going, and it'll be harder for Eagle to get back into this.
It's 3rd down. Justin McGuire drops back. He is going to try to throw it deep. He's going to try to make something happen. He's going to throw it deep. He does have Mr. Constantino, but that is a great pass breakup from Shiloh Burgess.
You know what was really impressive about that? Shiloh, at his safety position, followed him all the way across the field. Very impressive.
What did I say? There are many players on this field who are some of the best in their position in the league. And I truly believe Shiloh Burgess is one of the best safeties in the PSAL.
You know, I like to be contradictory to you because it makes for a better broadcast, but I can't even, refute that.
Man, it's been a while me and Greg on the call together, man. Feels like the good old days, man.
Yep. Remember when we was out here in the cold?
We've been through it. Again, are you going to field the punt? Nope, you're just going to watch the punt as their players are 15 yards away from you.
He should be mad at himself because if he catches that, he catches it full speed and he gets to go.
If you field the punt and play football, it's going to be okay.
Funny enough, he did that at E-Hall, and what happened? He got a TD. He fielded a punt on the run, and he flew by everybody.
And it is still October. It is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. You see quite a few hoodies for Eagle Academy with the pink trim. You see a couple of players with pink towels. Breast Cancer Awareness Month, of course. So trip to the bottom of your screen. Aaron Smith in at quarterback. Sends a man in motion. Going to hand it off to Zaza. And that's a huge face mask. But the referee,
nobody
wow.
saw that? They saw that on the baseball field behind the booth.
Jaden Innocent also got away with this in the E-Hall game.
So
goodness. It's something with number 15, Jaden Innocent.
There's no flag on the play. Should be 15 yards and a first down. His helmet almost came off.
Leslie Taylor, yes, these are new uniforms by Imprinted Ink, so shout out to them. Aaron Smith looks to throws it. That's to C.J. McCracken. And that's going to be enough for a first down. Eagle Academy. Nice to see C.J. back feeling healthy.
Yeah, the offense definitely missed him, and especially in that E-Hall matchup.
So it's going to be a 1st and 10 for Eagle Academy. Aaron Smith, his first time at quarterback in the day. Zaza next to him. Aaron Smith looks to throw. Looking. He's going to try to run, and that's going to be a guess who? Eli Jones again on a big play.
That is 3rd sack.
That's at least I've called his name at least 6 times today, Eli Jones.
I know. In terms of, because that was a sack, right? That was behind the line?
No, I think he got maybe to the line of scrimmage. So let's call it 2nd and 10. 2nd and 11 is fine.
I just want to watch the press coverage here on Josiah Brown by Kyle Charles.
What a matchup that is. As they hand it off to Zaza. Has a huge hole up the middle of the field. Does he have the foot speed? I mean, that's Corey Brown chasing him. But all the way down to the 10-yard line, Zaire Schulters.
What I say, both of these backs, Schulters or Grayson, at any moment are liable to break off a big run. want to watch Juju Lindor on the outside, one-on-one with Tyshawn Bent.
So Eagle Academy's first time, well, really their second time in the red zone. Aaron Smith looks left. He's going to hand the draw off to Zaza. And he's going to get down about to the 5-yard line.
So Juju has about maybe 2 or 3 inches of height on Bent. And when, I'm sorry, I don't remember who was in the slot. They went in motion. That single coverage on the outside, I thought he was going to throw the fade route because Juju had him beat.
So it's going to be a 2nd and 4 after about the 6-yard gain. It's a very well-designed draw play there. Send a man in motion. That's C.J. McCracken. Aaron going to try to run it himself. He is met immediately. Got a bit of a push. I'm not sure if he gained any yards there, trying to see the spot.
How do you feel
Maybe
about that
he gained
play?
1. If you're going to run a QB power, run a QB power. That was like a half-hearted QB power there. So it's going to be a third. Let's go to 3rd and it's like 1.5, 3rd and 2 here.
I feel like Eagle has the athletes. I mean, they both have athletes, right? But why not exploit the single coverage and let your athletes go up there and make a play? Timeout?
No, it is going to be the 4-minute warning. Remember, the clock on the screen is not official. So we're at the 4-minute warning.
This game is moving.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, this game is
goodness.
moving for sure.
Holy smokes.
My guy, Naeem Cooper, in the chat. How you doing, my boy? Hope you're feeling better. You know, DM the Sage page, a health update, you don't mind. You won't have to put it in the chat. So it's a 4-minute warning. We'll get that updated. So it's 3rd and 1. Eagle Academy can still get a first down, as the first down looks like maybe the 2 or 3 yard line.
I've been calling for it all day, but after those draws, a little play action slant right over the middle.
As this will be Eagle Academy's 2nd time out on the day.
Looks like a little offensive confusion, trying to get some continuity going there on the offensive side of the ball.
Box and bound. So again, one of our sponsors here, Boxed and Bound Movers. Halftime is almost here at the Nest. The crowd's hyped, the scoreboard's lit, and we're out here moving couches faster than your grandma's ham. I could not look at what he wrote here. I could not say that.
He would.
If only you guys did. Boxed and Bound, your trusted movers. Make sure you use NYC Football and get $15 off your next delivery before it's too late. We don't talk, we move.
Try to have you out here sounding crazy.
If only you guys in the chat could understand what this man just tried to set me up with that ad read. Big 3rd down. They hand it off to Zaza. He tries to punch it in. He reaches. And he gets it. Touchdown, Eagle Academy.
That's a good job right there by Aaron Smith leading a touchdown drive. The equalizer.
And I'm seeing something different from Zaza. He is controlling the speed, He's going slow. He's speeding up. He sees the hole. He hits it. It's a very controlled performance from Zaire Schulters.
It's very Le'Veon Bell-esque.
That's the first thing I thought of.
Via Pittsburgh. Let's not talk about Jets Le'Veon Bell.
Another Jets reference. I swear, it's not me, yo. It's a big extra point conversion here, and it is blocked. So our score remains 6-all. So let's go to the replay. Zaire shows that you see the patience, and that's an excellent block On the edge there by number 55, Eric Rodriguez. 6'6".
You know what it's going to come down to? Whoever wins the turnover battle is going to win this game.
Listen, this is a heavyweight matchup, and in this kind of game, it really comes down, can Eagle Academy roll with the punches? Tottenville has been here before. They've been here against E Hall. They've been here in the championship game. They've been here against Curtis. They are not going to be intimidated by a moment like this, by a tight game against a quality opponent. Remember, it's only been a half of football. There's a lot of football to be played here.
I would like to see Eagle kick it off because when Tottenville has had to go the length of the field outside of that touchdown pass, Eagles been able to keep them at bay.
So they're going to kick it deep here. It's going to be Nick Constantino on the return. And that's a great job from Josiah Brown all over the field on defense and on kickoff. That was Josiah Brown. So here comes the Pirates offense again. And if you're Eagle, everything's still on the table here. They can still hand it off to their running backs, screen plays to their running backs, throwing it deep to Nick Constantino. Let's see. As they're going to hand it off to Mr. Tyshawn Bent, and that's a good job holding him up. First person there was Chase Hyacinth, and cleaning it up was number 21, Carell Scriverin.
This Eagle front seven is playing a great game right now, and really holding these running backs at bay for the most part.
And this is something unexpected as they have a tight trips to the bottom of your screen. McGuire looks, has Chase on him, and Chase and Sincere Hester both get into the backfield, and I think they are going to call a helmet to helmet.
They're definitely going to call a rough in the passer on that one. They're definitely going to call. Do I agree with it being rough in the passer because he wasn't going down?
Can we mark a replay for that?
So I think something, not just here at the high school level, but something at the NFL level that also needs to be examined. If the quarterback is not going to go down on the initial contact, if somebody comes in to clean it up, they should not be called for the rough in the passer.
Right there. So we're going to go to that probably after this play, maybe, depending on the outcome of this play, because I do want to watch that again. And that's going to be a huge call in this ball game. And that's going to be an automatic first down. The clock stops automatically.
Yeah, I don't like it.
And I was just saying, Chase Hyacinth has been having an incredible game. He was on that sack, but it was just on the cleanup. It looked like that was Sincere Hester on the hit. Let's see if they're able to double handoff to Mr. Constantino. He is not able to get the corner. Josiah Brown in on it again, and Nate Ellis was there to stretch it out.
It looks like he lost a couple yards there as well.
So Nick Constantino is actually limped to the field, off the field. So looks like he got a bad hit there. So we'll definitely try to get an update at halftime about Nick Constantino. So no Nick Constantino. Corey Brown is out at wide receiver now. Second and long. Justin McGuire looking, throws it to Mr. Corey Brown. And that's a great job. Chase Hyacinth. Listen, let me tell you something. Chase Hyacinth said, "You're going to be saying my name a whole lot on this stream." A lot of players say that to me. But Chase Hyacinth has been living up to it.
I didn't like the cushion that Corey Brown was given.
It's a little dangerous.
It's like, you can't give a player with that much speed, that much athleticism, a 10-yard cushion.
Boy, we are in for this was a great half of football. Listen, there are so many twists and turns still to come. Oh, here we go. On this replay here, yeah, it just can we go back actually? So click this one and go right back to it. Sorry, over here.
Because I'll say is because even before the quarterback gets down, he could still make a play.
So yeah, we're going to slow it down to 50%. We're going to look at it again at another stoppage. Because I'm not even sure if was it even helmet to helmet? So it's a third, let's call it 3rd and 3. Justin McGuire, 2 on the top of the screen, 1 at the bottom. Tyshawn Bent running the wheel route. McGuire trying to make something happen. He's just going to have to throw it away. The Eagle Academy defense steps up again.
They are flying all over the field, and they're especially in that Tottenville backfield.
And this is something where you really miss Nick Constantino, especially on the 3rd down. And it looks like Tottenville will punt the ball here. Again, Tottenville is definitely known for their trick plays.
As you can hear the Eagle faithful in the background.
It looks like they tried to draw them off. That's a good job staying disciplined by the Eagle Academy defense.
Zaire Schultz is back deep. Let's see if you get your wish this time.
Pissed me off. I've lost faith in these players fielding these punts, man. The guy get a clean punt off, and this one he kind of side foots it here. Takes a great Pirate bounce, goes about 7 yards, maybe even more. So a great roll for the Pirates. Eagle Academy is going to be pinned back here. So I just placed a link to become a member in the chat. Becoming a member not only supports Sage Media. Oh, no, excuse me. No, not the replay. Not the replay. Let's just go to the ad. Yeah, let's go right here. So again, I just put the link in the chat to become a YouTube member. Being a member not only helps support Sage Media, but it gives you access to members-only broadcasts, and it gives you access to member-only emojis. Shout out to Miss Brinkley in the chat. So, of course, we have emojis for Eagle Academy, and we have emojis for Tottenville. So, Greg, are you aggressive here, or are you happy with a 6-6 ball game with your Eagle Academy?
Nope. Go out there and try to score. Put points on the board. Don't leave points out there if you can get them. As Aaron Smith still back there in the shotgun for quarterback for Eagle Academy.
And there's going to be another delay. I haven't seen this many delay of games in a high school game in a long time.
Why does the ref throw the flag like that?
No, he did it right.
No, he throws it like 12 feet in the air. It's mad funny.
I mean,
it's like in slow motion.
That's what you're
but it's like in slow motion.
This was the 4th delay of game I've seen in this game so far. They're going to throw it. They're going to throw it deep. That's for CJ, and it's going to be incomplete.
A little bit of a different page right there. He zigged when he should have zagged.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a miscommunication between the quarterback and the receiver. CJ McCracken has been featured quite a bit in this ball game. So it's going to be a 2nd and 15.
I would like to see a double move right here.
First down is the 24-yard line. Aaron Smith sends Zaire in motion. Looks that direction. He's going to keep it himself. Has a bit of a hole there. and he's going to get enough for the first down, about a 17-yard gain.
Eagle doesn't have much time. I think they only have one timeout, and they're going to use it.
Yeah, so that is a timeout, Eagle Academy. I was waiting on that.
I would have rather them get to the line, clock it, and then run a play, and then use a timeout after that, because maybe with that play you get to midfield, it's a little easier to score.
Yeah, listen, I'm personally in the wheelhouse of you should probably be a little more conservative here, especially being backed up so much. With that 17-yard gain, maybe you take one shot. You know, our clock is not official, so we're not exactly sure how much time is left. But, you know, it might sound conservative, but a 6-6 ball game against Tottenville, you're in a good place.
Let's scrap the might. It is conservative. And when you have the athletes you have, why not try to take a shot?
You don't take a shot because you risk the big mistake that can lose the ball game in the second quarter.
As the way your defense played in this first half, you take the shot.
I'll give you that. Two different ways of seeing football.
Chad, what do you think?
Yeah, no, what do you guys think of the chat, man?
Are you guys conservative here, or do you try to go put up some points?
So sending the man in motion. Aaron Smith still in that quarterback, looking in the middle of the field. Aaron still looking. Great pocket, but he runs out of time, and that's Omar Mendez Jr. on the sack.
And the play right there, you know, because the sack takes up time. Throw the ball away.
As Tottenville is not taking a timeout, so it looks like Tottenville is okay with going into half.
Weird. This looks like it's probably going to be the last play of the half right here. But I don't understand the – honestly, play should have been called already. It should be no huddle. It shouldn't be getting played from the sideline.
I think Jones put his foot down and said, let's not make the big mistake. That could have been a fumble, so let's go into halftime. So Andre Johnson wins again in another sports conversation.
Oh, since we're going to keep track, I'm going to start tallying stuff now since this is the route we want to go.
This is Andre Johnson and Greg Polius on the call. It's a heavyweight matchup between the Pirates and Eagle Academy. Our score is 6-6. We will be back on the other side of halftime. Just a quick sound check. All right, we are back for second half football. This is becoming a thriller here. Eagle Academy 6, Tottenville Pirates 6. This is Andre Johnson on the call alongside Greg Polius. Greg, summarize that half for us.
It was a knockdown, drag-out fight, you know. One team gave their knockout punch, another team responded. And what we thought was going to happen coming in here, you know, just offense, it was the direct opposite. Both defenses showed out, you know. You had Elijah Jones on one side and Shiloh Burris and Chase Hyacinth on the other side, just going at it.
Absolutely. So, of course, Tottenville is going to start with the ball, even though they lost the coin toss because they recovered that onside kick. So a quick summary, the first strike of the game was Justin McGuire to Nick Constantino. I got the update. Nick Constantino will be back. He's actually on the field right now. And then Eagle Academy were able to answer with a Zaire Schulters touchdown. And it's going to be Tyshawn Bent getting us started in this half. And he's going to go right down at the 35-yard line. What is the key for Tottenville to come away from this game victors?
Eagle did a good job in the second quarter, kind of squashing their run game. And I think with Tottenville, their run sets up their pass. If Tottenville can run the ball effectively, they can then control the pace of this game.
Yeah, that's something I think I want to see if I'm a Pirate fan, is I want to see the Stony Brook commit, the Sea Wolf, Tyshawn Bent featured more in this half. Again, Nick Constantino looks like he is going to be able to go. So you always have that threat. And again, the unsung heroes, the Gavin Ledwifts. Can you become a hero and make a big catch just like you did in the E-Hall game? 2 big catches. This front seven for Eagle is playing extremely well. So let's see if Mr. Bent is featured a bit in this half as they go right to him. Mr. Tyshawn Bent gets about 3. First one there was Chase Hyacinth.
Once again, there's that name.
Also there was number 52, Matthew Taylor, on the tackle. So the defensive line doing a great job for Eagle Academy. So it's going to be, let's call it a 2nd and 7. Another QB power, Justin McGuire. He is met by Beatty Joyf and a host of other Eagle Academy players.
First play in there was none other than Shiloh Burgess, whose ability to just read the run from his safety position is nothing short of explosive.
Again, Eagle Academy with tremendous individual athletes on the defensive side. Let's see if this unit can really pull it together here. It's a 3rd down, 3rd and 4 for Eagle Academy. 3rd and 4 for Eagle Academy.
You notice that's Eric Rodriguez in there, defensive tackle also?
Interesting, as they do a reverse little handoff here. That's Mr. Corey Brown with a lot of space in front of him. Still on his feet. He's going to get down inside the 40-yard line. Corey Brown.
A little shuffle step in the backfield allowed him to set himself up and set his blockers up. It was a good job right there by Corey Brown.
A very tricky play having both of those backs in the backfield. You have Tyshawn to your right. You have all the motion going to the right, but you hand it off to the left. Corey kind of at that wing back, kind of getting a half reverse there. Enough for a 1st down.
Looks JFK-esque with all that motion.
That's a very good point. That's Tottenville as they give it right back to Mr. Tyshawn Bent. He makes a cut, and he has a lot of green. Does he have the foot speed? No, that's Shiloh. But here we go. The Pirates getting back to what they do the best, running the ball, imposing themselves on the opposition.
So we were in this position in the first quarter, inside the 20, and Eagle was able to stop Tottenville to get a turnover on downs. Let's see if Eagle can, get that momentum going again on defense to try to create a stop.
Tyshawn goes to the sideline. Going to bring an extra blocker in. First down on the 15-yard line. Tottenville moving the ball extremely well. As another handoff. But there's a flag on field. Still on his feet. And he's going to get into the end zone. But like I said, there is a flag.
I feel this is coming back. Yep, I had a feeling this was coming back.
And it is going to be a holding on the Pirates.
That laundry came out early.
So, again, these holding penalties can really be drive killers.
You know what I'm also a little bit surprised at? I thought McGuire would throw the ball a little more in this game.
Well, he does have a 45-yard touchdown.
Well, yes, but in terms of passing attempts.
Well, this is the Tottenville we're more used to. But it's going to be a 1st and 20 here. Nick Constantino, they have a player over him, a safety. Justin's looks like he's going to choose to run it, and now he's going to throw it into the back of the end zone. Did he keep his feet in? Yes, he did. Touchdown, Pirates. Justin McGuire to number 16, Vincent Geller.
Broken play, and it looked like they just let Vincent Geller run free in the end zone there. And good job by McGuire keeping his eyes downfield, finding an open man as he was being chased mercilessly by Sincere Hester. Tottenville going for 2. Now lining up for an extra point. Why the trickeration?
That's just Tottenville for you. Snap. And it is good as Tottenville take the opening possession in the second half and score. Our score is 13-6 Tottenville. And we have that replay ready for you guys. And again, it's all about the evolution of Justin McGuire. As you can see, 2 to the bottom of your screen, 1 to the top of your screen. You can see Justin looks left. He has so much patience. He's able to keep his eyes downfield as he rolls out, and you can see Mr. Geller open in the back of the end zone. But again, it's so important to have that ball be accurate on the run because he only had 2 yards to play with on that sideline. So if he's a little inaccurate, it's going to be incomplete. So that is why Justin McGuire is, in my opinion, the best player in the PSAL right now, and he's really going to prove it in tight games like this against a quality opponent in Eagle Academy.
If I'm Eagle, I'm watching out for any type of onside kick action right here. They've done it twice.
And this is Tottenville, man. They just stress you out. And that's a great job from Sincere Hester. That should be a penalty, to be honest with you. Came in really late there.
Absolutely. Just like the rough and passer shouldn't have been a penalty, that should have been.
So it's a 1st and 10, Eagle Academy. Score.
Aaron Smith back out there for Eagle at quarterback.
So Aaron Smith sends C.J. McCracken in motion. Aaron looks to throw. He's going to throw it to C.J. That's a big shot from Kyle Charles.
I like the call in the first half, right? You know, trying to get the offense moving, but you show the same look, and Tottenville was ready for it.
Kyle Charles, again, one of the best D-backs in the entire league, and you see his play recognition there. Second and 13. Second and 13. Look at the matchup at the top of your screen. Kyle Charles and Juvens Lindor. Ball's on the ground! And here's what I saying about Eagle Academy here. You're in a heavyweight matchup now. A heavyweight matchup is 15 rounds. So even though you're still on your feet in the first 6 rounds, here's round number 7. Can you stay on your feet?
That's number 7, Joseph Pruden checking in for the first time on offense.
It's something to watch. C.J. McCracken looking a little shaken up on the sideline. Definitely something to watch for Eagle Academy with C.J. McCracken and Travis Harris already out for the game. So Aaron Smith, 3rd and 15. Again, Kyle Charles and Juvens Lindor isolated on the top of your screen. Aaron is going to fake it. He's going to throw it in that direction, and that's a great job from Matthew Levine. He was the Sage standout player of the game last week, and you see why. He's able to break that slant up.
So I like going to Juvens on a one-on-one, but I wouldn't want to bring him back to the middle of the field where other hands are.
You're absolutely correct there.
Keep him isolated on the outside and let him use his height and athleticism to make a play.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct there. And the only reason Matthew was able to get back into that was because it was a slant route. But that's a great job from Mr. Levine. Got to get this punt off for Eagle, and it's a great punt. Takes a good bounce. Tyshawn is going to take it, still on his feet. This is dangerous. Mr. Tyshawn bent, but that's a good job. Guess who? Shiloh Burgess on the tackle.
Shocker.
So here is the crucial point in this ball game for Eagle Academy. Defense back on the field, down a score. Tottenville with momentum after that Geller touchdown. Again, this is only round 7. Can you stay on your feet, or is Tottenville about to deliver a hook right now?
If anybody just tuned in, heard you say round 7, like what is this guy talking about?
So it's 1st and 10. McGuire is going to hand it off to Corey Brown, and nothing going there. That's Matthew Taylor in on the tackle along with Karel Scriverin. Someone said, take your time, Dre. That's hilarious. Thank you for the advice, man. That's why I love to chat. Take your time. Madness.
I mean, it's interesting hearing a comment like, Eagle isn't built for moments like this. But the truth of the matter is they're very much in this game.
So 2nd and 8. Eagle Academy faithful trying to get going. McGuire throws it to Mr. Constantino, and there he is again, looking healthy. Nick Constantino converting another first down for the Pirates.
So outside of Shiloh, other guys in the Eagle secondary have to see that he stared him down the entire way, And one of the things they say as a DB at the next level is being able to read the quarterback's eyes. So I think that's something that they need to pay attention to, not just this drive, but for the rest of the game.
So a new set of downs after the Nick Constantino first down, about a gain of 13. McGuire, he's going to go down immediately. Sincere Hester in on the sack.
Along with Matthew Taylor, who's having himself a great start to the second half.
It looks like they were looking to throw the little bubble screen to Tyshawn Bent. I'm not sure why Justin didn't throw it. So it's going to be a 2nd and long here for the Pirates. We can call it maybe a 2nd and 16. 2 to the top of the screen. McGuire looking to throw, looks in the bottom. He's going to throw that quick out route. That's Mr. Geller, and he has a lot of green in front of him. Mr. Geller, Vincent Geller, on a huge completion about 30 yards on a 2nd and 16, Greg.
Carell Scriven has to make that tackle. You can't allow him in space to make that move on you when there's no one behind you.
And again, the Pirates are so good at converting these long distances, 2nd and 15, 2nd and 12s. Justin McGuire is so deadly and so accurate on those out routes, those 12-yard out routes. And here he goes again. Throws the screen to Tyshawn Bent, and that's a good job by Beatty Joyce snuffing that out.
I would love to see one of the Eagle defenders make a play on the ball before it gets to the receiver. I feel like some of his balls are a little lofted. Not all of them.
Not all of them, especially not those out routes.
No. That one was, though.
Well, it was a screen.
I get it.
So here we go. 2nd and 8. Now on the Eagles side of the field, Justin McGuire going to hand it off to Tyshawn Bent. Good push, but a better tackle again. Sincere Hester in on the tackle.
It's Eagle front 4 playing really well. Now, secondary needs to back up that play.
So here we go. Again, what have I been saying all day long? Tottenville is the best team in the league on 3rd down conversion. So we have a 3rd and 8 here.
Honestly, this is 4-down territory in my opinion, because even if you run the ball and you get 5,
let me tell you something.
Why not?
Mr. Constantino on the top of your screen. Guess where they're going? They're going to pump it to him, and they're going to throw it right up to him. Mr. Constantino reaches, and he's just short down at the 1-yard line. It's automatic. Nick Constantino from Justin McGuire.
I mean, why at this point, where's the safety over the top, right?
If I know it, and I'm just a commentator, just a commentator.
Because now it's apparent when they need a big play, that's where they're going. Make it hard for him to make the play.
So 1st and goal. Listen, man, Justin McGuire to Nick Constantino. It's been happening all year long. McGuire trying to punch it into the end zone, waiting for the signal. Touchdown, Pirates.
I just want to go back to that 3rd down conversion. And that's the 2nd time that an Eagle corner got caught with their eyes in the backfield on a shoulder fake.
Your eyes are in the backfield on 3rd and 9?
It doesn't sound – there's a moment.
Are you saying maybe they're in a zone? I would have to see the play again.
He pauses. The corner pauses and is what allows Constantino to get behind him.
Yeah, so Nick Constantino is an excellent route runner. So when they see that one-on-one coverage, they're saying – as the kick is it good? I'm waiting for the signal. No, the kick is no good. So our score will remain 19-6. Let's see if that is going to play a factor in this game. We're going to try to get that replay queued up of that 3rd down.
So you saying it was route running, it wasn't his eyes being in the wrong place. You heard, Dre?
Yeah. We're going to get to that later. So, again, our friends at Box and Bound. All right, now we've gotten your attention. Let's talk business. It's the final week of October. You've got You've got that marketplace order sitting, that furniture that needs to move, and that lease that's ending next week. Don't wait until the 31st to panic. Box and Bound trucks are filling up right now. Same day, next day. We get it done fast, safe, and affordable. DM Box and Bound NYC and use the code NYC Football right now to lock in. NYC moves fast. We move faster. Before you do it, yeah. The crowd's yelling at me. As they do an onside kick, and the execution doesn't stay in bounds for the Pirates. Waiting for the signal. Yes, it does. That is Pirate football. That is the trickiest onside kick I have ever seen.
Go get the football. Go get the football. Just when you see the football, go get it. Don't watch it go by you. Go after the football.
That was no, you gotta. Sorry, producer Zoe. Let's get another replay of that. We'll play that. That was the trickiest onside kick I've ever seen.
And what's happening now is defense is on the field again, and they're gassed.
Now, what did I tell you, Craig? My analogy is a heavyweight boxing match. This is round 8 right now. Eagle are on the ropes. Tyshawn Bent with the ball, pushing the pile. So let's go back to that onside kick. So, again, you see everyone runs up except the one end, and they kick it. And it's essentially a one-on-one between two players to see who's going to get the ball. The ball ends up in no man's land, and, of course, Tottenville is ready to jump on it.
This is where Eagle needs a turnover.
Tone, you are hilarious in the chat. So second and, let's call it 2nd and 6. Justin McGuire hands off to Corey Brown, has a big lane, and that's going to be close to the first down. That was Beatty Joyce on the tackle.
Putting the defense in the game with their backs against the wall after just being out there for a long drive. It's gonna get tougher each drive for them to stop this offense, especially as this offense starts to get rolling.
As it's a 3rd and short. Again, 3rd down conversions for Tottenville have been excellent all year long. Wouldn't be surprised to see him take a shot here. They're just going to hand it off to Tyshawn Bent. He has some room. Mr. Bent needed 1. He gets about 8. And this is when the game gets tough. They're starting to lean on you a bit, you know. It gets harder to tackle Tyshawn Bent. It gets harder to tackle Corey Brown. And next thing you know, Nick Constantino could be running past you. Eagle Academy's on the ropes. Let's see if they have the stomach to stay in a fight like this. First and 10 inside the 30-yard line. McGuire looks to throw, steps up into the pocket, has a little bit of room, takes a big hit, but holds on to the ball. Sincere Heston's been all over the field.
Again, it's like he's just a heat seeker. Finds the ball all the time.
But again, Justin McGuire, the maturity. You guys, it might sound like a broken record, but, you know, I've watched this kid.
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. It's too easy.
I've watched the kid since he was a freshman playing. And the decision-making, that's only a 2-3 yard play. But just the decision-making to keep the ball tucked in, you don't make the big mistake. You live to fight another day. You hand it off to Tyshawn Bent, and he gets another 3-4 yards, you know. It all comes from Justin McGuire making a good decision on that first down play.
Beatty in on the tackle.
So, again, it's a 3rd and short here. And it looks like the whistle is at the end of the third quarter. I don't know what that signal was, referee. Yes, it was. That was the end of the third quarter. Tottenville take command of this football game, up 19-6.
Not the referee making up new dance moves to
Can we see if we can get back to that third down conversion? I think it's this one. I think it's here. I think you have it here. Yeah, the next one right over it. Oh, right. 17. No, this one. Huh. All right, forget it. So it's going to be a huge third down here for the Eagle Academy defense. What do you see? What was the key factor for Tottenville taking this big lead now in that third quarter, Greg?
I mean, you hate to signal any particular position out, but the Eagle corners struggled on a couple of those drives, giving up big plays that led to touchdowns on both drives because the front seven did their job. Put them in third and long. 3rd and 16, you don't want to give up a 40-yard gain.
Yeah, that was the backbreaker right there, wasn't it?
And that was a turning point right there. And if you're not going to, if he's going to complete the pass, at least tackle.
Hands it off to Tyshawn Bent. He has plenty of green in front of him. There is a flag on the play, though.
There's a hold on the outside. It looks like they're going to get Corey Brown on the hold. Because it affected, I think that was either Chase or Sincere from getting outside.
So it's going to make into a 3rd and long, but Tottenville might be like, oh, we got him right where we want him. 3rd and long.
I want to see if Eagle comes out, single coverage on the outside again, that man coverage.
So it's going to be a 3rd and 7, let's call it. Vincent Geller isolated on the bottom of your screen, trips to the top of your screen. Justin McGuire is going to look left. He's going to throw it deep, and it's going to be incomplete.
Right there. That's a good job. Corell Scriven had better coverage, and McGuire essentially threw it away. Do they punt here or do they go for it?
Oh, they're going for it. I don't see why you don't just flip the field and have Nick Constantino isolated. I know Vincent has the touchdown, but they're going to keep the same formation. Vincent Geller is going to be isolated. Nick Constantino and Corey Brown are going to be in that trips.
Watch the double move right here. And I wouldn't be surprised if they go back to it.
So here we go. Isolated on the bottom of your screen with Vincent Geller. Justin McGuire looks right. He's going to throw it, and Nick Constantino loses his footing. Eagle Academy will not care. They live to fight another day.
Absolutely, because if he stays upright, that's a first down. That was a good ball right there from McGuire.
Again, the timing routes that the Pirates have are so excellent. That is the key reason why they're able to convert these 3rd downs, these 4th downs. It's so hard. Like Nick Constantino in the interview we have with him, he says, I look at Justin. He looks at me. We see the leverage of the D-back, and we know what to do automatically. We work on this at practice all the time. And they had the execution there. Nick just couldn't keep his footing.
Turf Monster got him. I know he wants that back. But let's see. That it looks like that's Koppelman back at quarterback for Eagle Academy. Let's see what they have going here.
So here we go. First down. You got to assume that Eagle Academy, they have time, but you're going to assume that they're going to go to the air here primarily. As I said, that they hand it off to Zaza, and Tottenville are not fooled. Omar Mendez Jr., Nick Acosta, and a whole other bit of Tottenville players in on the tackle.
Do you feel like Eagle has played somewhat conservative on offense in comparison to some of their other games this year?
Kind of, I don't know. It's tough to say. This offense hasn't been on the field in quite some time. I wouldn't say conservative. Martin pumps it. He's gonna have to go to the check down to Mr. Lindor. The ball is on the ground, and Tottenville have it.
That's one thing. If Eagle wants to be an elite program that they have to get better at, and that's holding on to the football. Too many times, not only has the football, hit the ground, but too many times they give it up to the other team. Happened in the E-Hall game. It happened earlier here, but Schultz was able to fall on the loose ball. And you can't fumble at this spot and this point of the game either. Not as one of the big play go-to guys.
If you want to be in these conversations, you have to go 15 rounds. 7 rounds are not enough. Can Tottenville deliver the knockout punch? And this is Tyshawn in out the Wildcat, as he's going to push maybe about a gain of 6, a gain of 7. And now this is my time to say it, Greg. Tick, 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 tick. How many possessions does Eagle Academy even have left in this ball game?
But going back to what I said about potentially being conservative, right? You need to push the ball down the field. A screen pass at the line of scrimmage, is that really going to help you?
Well, they tried to fake the screen and go to the deep route, but Tottenville didn't bite, so he went to the check down. That's
Fair
what happened
enough.
there. So McGuire back in the game. Going to hand it off to Tyshawn Bent. Still on his feet, fighting for that first down.
Looks like
He'll have maybe just enough for the first down.
I see over 330 live viewers.
There you go.
But only 18 likes. Let's get those likes.
Yes,
up,
like, subscribe, comment. Yes, I'm trying to be a YouTuber. I'm trying. I'm trying to be a good YouTuber. All right, first down. Looks like that is the 14-yard line. Tottenville looking for the knockout punch here. And they're going to hand it off to Corey Brown. Tries to get to the outside. That's a good job from Josiah Brown, but there is a flag on the play.
That's going to be another hole on Tottenville.
That is, now let's talk about Tottenville now. I've liked how they played today. Yes, it's a 6-6 game, but like I said, you're in a big matchup, on the road. It's okay to start slow as long as you're still in the ball game. The thing is, though, they've had a lot of holding penalties in this game. If I'm not mistaken, at least 3. These can be huge drive killers. You don't want to look too far ahead, but up next they have JFK, they have Curtis. So they're going to want to clean up those holding penalties.
No, I agree with you 100% because now those drive killers shoot you in the foot.
So Tottenville is able to get a first down still. I think the first down is at about the 3-yard line. Again, Nick Constantino isolated on the bottom of the screen. They're going to hand the reverse off. That's Corey Brown still on his feet. That's weight room Corey Brown dragging players. Oh, it looks like the referee got hit. Hopefully the referee's okay. The referee looks like he's all right. So it makes it into a 3rd and manageable. It should be 3rd. Is it 2nd down? No, yes, it is 3rd down. So it's a 3rd and 10 here. So it's a 3rd and 10.
Eagle faithful calling for defense.
You get a stop. There's still time on the clock here. Hands off to Tyshawn Bent. And he is going to be close to a first down, isn't he? Or it's going to be a 4th and short. Yeah, it should be 4th down if I'm not mistaken. Oh, boy. Is it 3rd down?
I say it all the time, Dre. One day we're going to be able to communicate with the refs.
All right, so let's put it to 3rd down. So it is 3rd and 2. I thought this should have been 4th down. I guess I missed one for the penalty. On the field, they have it as 3rd down. So let's just say it's a 4th down because it's tough. All right, so they're just going to hand it off to Corey Brown. No drama because it looks like he's going to have enough for the first down, but there is a flag, just like Greg Polius mentioned.
It's going to be another holding flag.
Again, this is definitely an area that Tottenville need to clean up. They're replacing a lot on the offensive line from last season, but hey, we're at the end of the season now. Got to play sharper football, especially heading into November.
On both sides, not just Tottenville. Eagle on the offensive side of the ball in the second half, have been virtually non-existent.
I mean, how many possessions did they have? Because of the onside kick.
But even with those, I think they've had 3 offensive possessions. The amount of positive yards almost equates to the amount of possessions. That's not a recipe to win in any form.
Agreed. So it is 3rd and 11. So we'll put it to 3rd and 11, 3rd and 12.
A lot of movement here on offense for Tottenville.
So Nick Constantino in the trips on the bottom of your screen. Sends a man in motion. That's Mr. Constantino. Justin's going to look in that direction. He's going to have to improvise, and he will still be on his feet, and he'll go down. That's a big shot. That's number 33.
Belif James Jordan.
Mr. James Jordan. Impressive.
Brought the hit stick out.
Mr. McGuire is a player who's been playing with a lot of confidence, but, did a good job holding on to the ball there on that big hit. And the offense is still on the field. Vincent Geller isolated up against Karel Scrivener on the bottom of your screen. He's going to look right. McGuire, he's going to throw it up, and that ball is caught by Mr. Tyshawn Bent, waiting for the signal. Touchdown, Pirates!
There's few things on a football field that you absolutely cannot let happen. That is one of them. 4th and long, down 2 scores, you cannot give up a score.
It was what did we have it at? 4th and long, so it was like a 4th and 20. Let's call it 4th and 24. It looked like a wheel route out of the backfield. Justin McGuire again, when his team needs it the most, in the clutch, as they're going to punch it in for 2. When his team needs it the most, he delivers another touchdown. Let's go to the replay. And, it was a post and a wheel route, and it was just the perfect throw just outside of the reach of Nate Ellis. And this is what I'm talking about in Mr. Justin McGuire being the current player of the year. What a half for Mr. McGuire, Greg.
I agree. The accuracy, the poise, ability to move the pocket. At no point did he ever look like he wasn't in control. And after taking a big shot.
It's just the poise of a team that is hoping, that has championship aspirations.
Also, great effort on the back end right there by Tyshawn Bent, because he was hit initially after he caught the ball, and he fought to get in the end zone.
His best attribute, even as he's not like, I think he's not a big guy, right? His best attribute as a player is his contact balance. He will get hit, and he's able to keep his balance so well. We've seen it on so many different occasions from Tyshawn Bent. That's why Stony Brook is happy to have him.
I hope Eagle is ready for an onside kick.
As they're going to kick it on the ground, just have to jump on it. That's the scariest thing. What's scarier, Tyshawn Bent, Justin McGuire, Nick Constantino, or a freaking Tottenville onside kick?
It's the onside kicks, man. And you know what it is? You ever seen a water boy?
Yes, I have.
When the kicker on the SCLSU Mud Dogs is like, who am I going to kick it to? The person that's just shaking? It looks like everybody on Eagle is not ready to catch the ball. Every time that ball is kicked, outside of maybe one, it's like their hands just fumbling the ball, fall on the ball.
So Eagle Academy with Martin Koppelman looking to get another touchdown on the board. Koppelman looking deep. He's going to throw it, and it's incomplete. That was intended for C.J. McCracken.
Eagle, time is against them. Got to move the ball here. And I feel like they're moving without a sense of urgency. There should be a no huddle going on right now. There should be at least 3-4 plays that the quarterback goes in, and they know to get back to the line and move.
Well, you got to get a completion first. Looking for that. Koppelman pumps it, has pressure, and this is coming back. Jaden Innocent is going to wrap him up, but it looks like there's a holding in the backfield.
Referee talking to somebody. Yeah, it's going to be, like you said, it's going to be a hold on Eagle, so it's coming back.
And again, as a team that's really trying to break into that upper echelon of the PSAL, these are the kind of days you have to remember. Let me tell you something. It was better than E-Hall, right? E-Hall, you came off the bus and you fumbled the ball twice, right? You were very competitive for one half of football. This is the natural progression of learning how to play in these level of games. You played a good half. That's great. Now, the next time you see a team like this in the playoffs, can you put two halves together? That will be the question for Eagle Academy moving forward. Martin has a good pocket. Tries to step up. The pocket collapses as I say it. I'm going to call that a coverage sack. But officially, that's Nick Acosta and Jaden Innocent on the sack.
You spoke about upcoming schedules because as you were talking about playoffs, and you said Tottenville has JFK and Curtis next, which is huge, looming in the standings, especially as an undefeated team. Eagle has South Shore and Wagner after this.
Oh, boy, that South Shore matchup is going to be interesting. That's going to be the game of the week next week. Make sure you guys tune in to Sage Media tomorrow as we have Curtis up against E-Hall. PSAL 4A rematch. As Aaron Smith is now in that quarterback, Aaron has a decent pocket, trying to look down the field, but another coverage sack. I'm going to credit that to the secondary. But officially, that looks like, again, Jaden Innocent in on it and Omar Mendez Jr.
The momentum has never even shifted in the second half. Not once. After that onside kick, Eagle has done nothing to try to grab it back. And in a game like this, you can't wait for it to come to you. You have to go out there and take it.
The onside kick, the fumble. Listen, these are plays, just like we said, they can't happen. It cannot happen when you're trying to upset a team like Tottenville. I have to execute this punt here. Good snap. Oh, almost got blocked there. Aaron Smith. Oh, my God. That might be a net 60-yard punt.
Yeah, laundry on the field.
I didn't see the flag, but here we go. Waiting for the call.
Personal foul on
Looked
Eagle.
like a dead ball personal foul on Eagle Academy, right? That was the signal.
I wish you could see an instant replay on that one. Did somebody say something?
Not sure. So, again, make sure you guys are tapped in with Sage Media Solutions all weekend. We had Eagle Academy up against Tottenville today. Tomorrow, Curtis versus E Hall. That game is going to be sponsored by Staten Island Chiropractic and Sports Rehab, so we'll be open for everyone to watch. At noon, there is nowhere else to be, so make sure you guys are tapping in with us. So, again, Justin McGuire, 2 touchdowns in this half. 3 touchdowns. He accounted for 3 touchdowns, actually, because he ended up punching that one in on the QB power.
Yes, that's right.
So 3 second-half touchdowns, 4 touchdowns in total. It's just been a tremendous job from him. Wow, that was a horse collar.
Not gonna lie. Yes, it absolutely was a horse collar, but I also wish he would have seen the face mask earlier when there was light outside.
When there was light outside, it's hilarious. And another thing that we have to talk about in this ball game is the defensive performance from the Pirates. Listen, they talk about slider this, slider that. They didn't really get going in this game at all.
This is an Eagle team that's averaging, more than 40 points a game. And here they are at 6 with 1 touchdown. So that's a testament to the entire defense.
So again, we appreciate Boxed and Bound for sponsoring this stream. 4th quarter and you're still watching. This is your final reminder. When the game ends, so does this offer. It's the last week of the month and our trucks are booked, and that's it. Whether it's a marketplace pickup, a quick delivery, or a move across the borough, you've got one shot to lock it in. DM Boxed and Bound NYC. Use code NYC Football right now for $15 off your next move or delivery before October ends. Boxed and Bound. Fast hands, clean service, no excuses. So here we go as we land this plane here of this football game. Another handoff to Ty Sean Bent.
It's a good job right there from Josiah Brown coming up and making a tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
Josiah Brown, always a player that represents himself well. And again, one thing that I have to look back at this game, I have said that in these caliber of ball games, Josiah Brown is someone that needs to be featured more, and I did not see them featuring Josiah Brown in this offense.
But that goes back to what I was talking about earlier in terms of conservative approach through the air. I feel like past games we've seen Eagle throw the ball a lot more or push the ball downfield a lot more.
They've tried to push the ball down the field. The coverage has been great.
That is also
the coverage
true.
has been really good today, especially with Corey Brown at safety, which I like a lot, actually. As Ty Sean Bent looking to put the cherry on top right now.
Shiloh Burgess with a touchdown-saving tackle right there.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, Corey Brown just being Corey Brown at the safety position, it's something that I'd be curious to watch as the rest of the season unfolds, because his speed and his makeup, his recovery speed, can be so important for this Tottenville secondary. As we're not sure, we're pretty sure we're within 2 minutes. Maybe I missed the 4-minute warning. I didn't see it, but I'm sure we're past that by now. Hand the ball back to Tyshawn Bent. Good job there from Nate Ellis. Like the competitiveness
And
from the Eagle defense.
like I said, when you as an offense can't sustain drives, you put your defense in precarious situations. And well, I'm sorry, I don't know what's going on.
And that
They
that
line it
does
up.
look like the ball game as they call it there. Tottenville still undefeated, 6-0. They come into the nest and they pitch a second half shutout. Our score is 27-6 Tottenville. This is Andre Johnson and Greg Polius on the call. Again, we will be back tomorrow for Curtis versus E-Hall. It's been a pleasure. Greg, final words?
Just got to go back to